We'd like to start out by thanking our valuable sponsors. Sense of Satisfaction by Cricket is the place for all your fragrance needs. Plus, she's got products to heal what ails your skin and your hair. Shop at sensebycricket.com. Special thanks to our valued sponsor, John Travis, a financial coach and certified Kingdom advisor with Richard Young Associates, a registered investment advisor. Thanks goes to Anna Patterson, my sister in the Lord who faithfully gives to this ministry every month. And to our newest sponsor, LaToya Gerard of Preach the Word Worldwide Network. She is a valued sponsor and a major encourager regarding this ministry. We need and would love to have you as a sponsor. Absolutely no gift is too small. Please note the info regarding giving throughout and at the end of the show, and help us spread these testimonies around the world. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the viewpoints of our sponsors. It's time to hear the story, make the connection, learn the lesson, and gain the wisdom. Are you ready? Let's get charged and be changed. The Sister Speak Brother Break Show. Conversations on grace, healing, and deliverance. This is Marcy Bush. Come on, let's journey together.
Being a man and admitting that I had an issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the first thing that I did, was admit I had an issue. Once I did that to them, there was a no judge zone.
Yeah.
It was like, it was a relief, because it was like, oh, you too? You know, it was kind of like, I hope you ain't going down the I feel bad road, you know, because we all hit it. And it was like, oh yeah, it was like a whole, you wasn't by yourself.
Okay.
You know, there was, and then one of the things Minister Harris said to me, he was like, if you ain't really struggled with an addiction, you know, don't really come telling me how to, be healed from addiction.
Right.
What better way to hear it from someone that was struggling also with an addiction, of how they came through. Now, how they're on the other side of through.
Yeah.
You know, how it looks for them coming through it. And I was like, that makes sense, man. Tell me, help me, do whatever you got to do. You know, it was like, all right, we got you. And that's what it was, a group of men that grabbed me in, and to the point where now I'm standing there helping other folks, encouraging, hey, you got this. What are you doing today? Hey, would you get off? Come on, let's go out. Let's go get some wings or something, you know? Yeah. But yeah, it was, don't be afraid, man. Yeah. Don't try to sit there and bottle all that up. You know, grab you some friends, or the good ones, the good golly men, you know, get in a life group, get somewhere. You can find them. They're everywhere. You know, they're in them places that feels uncomfortable when you go in. Church, you know, they don't want to go to church. A lot of people don't want. I don't know why they're so scared of the church will burn up. Joking. Church gonna walk in. It's paid for that.
Yeah.
Get there.
Yeah.
Get there. The Lord will lead you once you get there. Don't lead you, he'll lead somebody to you. So just get there.
At the church you're at now, because I know you said you miss Moed, you miss those men. So I won't even say at the church you're at now, in the space you're in now, because you're in a different city. It doesn't sound like you've encountered that same type of thing, have you ever considered that you may be the one to begin something, not even necessarily at your church, but that you may be the one to then become the seed from the fruit and be that thing that's planted in the city you're in now that provides that type of hope, that type of encouragement, that type of just, okay, I got you, that atmosphere. Had you considered that maybe that's part of your calling?
I have, and then I got scared and ran away.
Don't be.
Right.
You're made for that, man. Like, as I'm listening to you, like it feels like it would be such a natural thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say easy, but I say natural because it is the thing that broke you out of your prison. It
Mm-hmm.
is the thing that God used to like make you breathe again. And it feels like that is so what you're called to do.
Yeah.
That it might just start out with one or two men, but like you said, there's something about even when you talk about how after y'all would talk and then you get together and just laughing and cutting up and doing what men do.
Yeah.
That's a natural part of you. You don't feel like a stuffy guy who's like, how do I get us to do this? It just feels like you talking about God is so natural. You
Mm-hmm.
talk cutting up is so natural. And I just encourage you to explore it and then be the thing you needed. You just said like your life was saved because those men brought you in. There are lives that you will literally be that line to salvation. You will be the one who keeps a home from breaking up. You'll be the one that helps somebody step out of addiction. And so don't be afraid. Like
Mm-hmm.
just do it. Just do it. I mean, seriously, do that thing because there are men praying every day to meet somebody like you. And you don't have to look at how am I going to manage 20 men? How will I do? Just start with one. And
Yeah.
then watch that brother tell somebody, yo, is this dude named Joe, man? When we get together and it will form,
Mm-hmm.
but so needed. You are so needed because you're so genuine. I can tell that it comes from a true place. It's like you said, it's not something where, oh, I grew up in church and I never did anything wrong. You can say, yo, I've been there, and let me tell you. And
Mm-hmm.
your experience is what qualifies you.
Yeah.
So
That's
I want
encouraging. Well, you know, I'll
to pray on it.
I'll pray on it.
I know
I'll
you don't know me from Adam's house cat, but pray on it
yeah.
because, oh, I sense it. Like, oh, and the power of praying men,
Mm-hmm.
the power of delivered men. And like I said, not to say, everybody hits their bumps in the road, but to know when I hit this bump, I got a brother that I can go to. Like just creating an atmosphere for that. And all of it would not be on you, but there are going to come like-minded people
Yeah.
will come alongside you. And so, yeah, please pray about it. And then let me know when it happens.
Okay.
And let me know. Well, I'm so grateful to you for you just being willing to share with us.
You know, like I said, not knowing me from Eve, but just being willing to share your life's journey. I know that there are people who are going to be able to glean from what you said, just be able to learn from your experiences, to connect with the things that you're saying. And maybe, because like you said, you weren't always able to connect the dots of
Yeah.
why things were happening, why they were happening, while they
Mm.
were happening. But I believe that there's going to be somebody, man or woman, who hears your story and is like, dang, so that's what was going on. Okay. Yeah, I can connect with that. I feel that. And I know it's gonna change lives. And I look forward to also talking with you and Kel
Okay.
um
Yeah.
about the marriage piece and what that looked like. And just like you say, going from this rocky, unstable marriage
Mm.
into something that sounds like it's fortified and flourishing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I look forward to that too. Um, before we end this conversation, is there anything that you want to encourage someone with, or anything that you want to just kind of put out there as a note to leave on?
Well, thank you for having me. All right. And just to pick apart and tell my bio, um, giving me the opportunity to share my testimony, and if that helped just one person, to God be the glory. You know,
Yes.
um, I I'm always available to talk if anyone maybe comments and wants to get a hold of me.
Okay.
By all means, we can talk. We can laugh. We can get serious. We can talk about things. We can share Bible discussions. We can, you know, let's get into this deep dive in the scriptures if you want to, or just play dominoes with. Yeah,
Right.
let's do
Yeah.
that. You know, I'm always willing to help out. That's why I'm in law enforcement now, and it's a it's a fulfillment. I
Mm,
believe it's God's vision on
mm,
my, because of where I'm at.
yeah.
When I don't know if you remember, uh, I said that's something I always wanted to do when I was military police. I always wanted to be a police officer. And what was your dreams? What was your aspirations? Be like, oh, I want to be a police officer. I want to be a mechanic. Police officer was no mechanic was next. And then I don't know where the army came at, but I did that for years.
Right. Right.
I was law enforcement in army for 20 years. Then after that, now I'm here at Richland County at the sheriff's department. God has been blessing me.
Mm,
Ever I started there, he's just been blessing me um, through in and out of situations. The shooting that happened August 3rd, 2022. God, that was nothing but God.
mm,
You know, that was that was designed for the enemy to come and take me out.
mm. Now tell me about that. I know we're about to end, but so tell me about that real quick. Ain't gotta
So
be quick, but what happened?
yeah, so for one, I wasn't even supposed to work that day, but I requested to work that day because I think we was going out of town.
Mhm,
So instead of me working the night shift, I worked the day shift,
mhm,
and another guy filled in for me. So I was working in someone else's spot,
mhm,
and we got a call just before we went to have our squad meeting at the sheriff's department at the headquarters, our region headquarters. The call was um, there was a woman in the window screaming for help. A man came behind her, pulled her out of the window, shut the window, closed the blinds. They want a deputy. They're requesting a deputy to go and check it out to make sure the woman is safe. So
mhm,
we said, okay, we can knock that out real quick. So we told night shift to go head home. and the day shift would take care of it. It was 5:15 in the morning.
Mhm.
And me and the other guy, we're really good friends. I've known him since I started at the sheriff's department. Real good friends. We get there to the house. We hurry and get there to the house to make sure that there's no one in distress. We knock on the door at the address. We knock on the door. A lady came out in her nightgown. She's like, "Can I help you guys?" We was like, "Yeah, we got a call for, a woman in the window down." She was like, "No, my husband went to work like an hour, 2 hours ago. I've been asleep, obviously. We didn't see any signs of distress, no marks on the face, no nothing." Looked at each other. We was like, "All right, well, no furniture moved around in the house, no window broken, no nothing. Didn't show any signs of a domestic disturbance." So, cleared out of there. We talked a little bit by the tree, walked back to our vehicles, and then we said that, yeah, we'll meet back up at Region and start our meeting. So I pulled up past that house, off to the side of the road, and I started loading my body cam footage because I was like, I can go ahead and put my body cam footage in. It can be loaded by the time I get to Region. I ain't got to worry about that for the rest of the day.
Right.
So I started doing that, putting in the case number and all the address and all that. And that's when I heard like 2 shots. And then the third one started to get louder. And it sounded like, I'm like, man, that's somebody shooting. And I was like looking off to the side because it was still dark, and I got this light laptop right here in my face, so I can't see in the dark. If you got light in your face, you can't see around the laptop. And then my window gets shot out. And so that's when I realized I was the one that was being shot at.
Oh my.
So I had to have a distance. I know it was close. I didn't have a direction or a description. I just know someone me. And when you don't have that, you get out of the kill zone. And that's exactly what I did. I hooked the wheel to the left, dropped it in drive, and I mashed on the gas. I was looking over the steering wheel, kind of seeing where I was going, but said keeping my head down. And after that, it was about 10, 11 more shots where he was trying to shoot me. And then the last shot, he killed himself. He ended up killing himself. So that was and I tell God to this day, I was like, that was nothing that I did.
Right.
That was all God, because if he wanted to, he could have walked up to the passenger side of my vehicle and shot me.
Yes.
But lesson learned. We won't get that close again.
Right.
And thank God it was, I give God the glory in everything that we do. My actions, I could have froze, of try to get out the car and go find and end up in a gunfight. But Christ said, hook the wheel to the left and drive. And do it now,
Okay. Right now.
right now. And that's what I did, and the guy ended up killing himself, and I got a little glass in my eye. But we went to what was that place? SeaWorld the next day.
Okay. Wow. Nobody but God.
It was all God.
Lord, I'm grateful.
And I think he was trying to wipe me out from something that God has planned.
Yes, sir.
God placed me here.
Yes,
and
sir.
So when God is done with me, he'll move me somewhere else.
Yes.
My prayer request will be, when he do say move, I'm not stubborn.
Yeah.
Because I like it here. That I'll move when
Yes. Yes.
But now I think
he might let you camp out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Joe, it does not feel like I don't know you.
you do know me.
Right. I definitely know you now. I know you now. And it's a pleasure. I am so very grateful that God is just orchestrating things the way he is, that he's doing what he's doing, that he's allowed you to share your journey with us, because it has been a journey. While you were talking, right before you told us about that incident of God saving your life right there, as you were talking, it's like I just heard beauty for ashes.
Mm.
That's what it feels like your life has been.
Yeah.
That God has given you beauty for ashes, and that there were certain points in your life that seemed so, and it's ironic, I guess, even with the IEDs that you talked about and all of that, and the ashes, the debris, everything that surrounded your life at one time.
Yeah.
And now there's just this beauty. And so I am grateful right along with you for what God's done in your life. And so as we close, I just want to ask you all who have watched, I want to thank you for watching. And then I want to ask you to share this testimony with someone. We don't always know why we're moved to share with somebody. We don't know why somebody falls on our minds at a particular time when we hear something, when we're listening to some broadcast. But I just ask you to share this. You don't have to know why. Just be obedient to share. Even if there's no particular person that comes on your mind, just share it so that someone who's in need can stumble across this and their lives can be blessed from it. And they can maybe receive an answer to prayer or get insight into something that they've been asking God about. And so, again, I just thank you for being with us. And I want to ask you to join us again next week, same place, same time, for the Sister Speak Brother Break show. Be blessed.
Ever met. She said, not just taught, but met. I said, wow. She said, I said that because it's important. You're not your sister. She said, but if you keep being as persistent as you are, nothing is going to detour you in life. And she said, here's what I guarantee you, Finace. She said, you're going to learn the basics. And when you learn the basics, a day will come when you will be Rhonda's teacher. Because your struggle to conceive the basics is going to teach you the inner workings of life that the smart don't have. And you will see life from a perspective that only a few do. And Marcy, I left there that day thinking, Lord, what is this?
Right.
And so the next year, 5th grade, I'm in school. Miss Pilot became an asset, man. She would work with me. Okay. This woman, now the interesting thing is her name is Miss Pilot.
Yes.
And what became comical for me later on in life was that God showed me that he used the pilot to jumpstart the initiation of my understanding of who I was. Listen, I'm telling you, the 5th grade, my sister has a small dilemma. She needs to have a car drone for a project at school. I've never done any art.
Wow.
And for some reason, I'm sitting at the same table where my brother solved the problem for me, dining room table. And today, she says, June, draw me a car. And I'm like, draw you a car? I took the media and drew not just a car, I drew a 3-dimensional looking car that looked like someone took a picture of a police car. The mere model was there on the page. She took it, and it was handsome, a handsome illustration. It was just received everywhere, and so that day jump-started my discovery into my gift. Little did I know that I would end up winning a scholarship to the University of Kansas, And the first week there, I get diagnosed, or the first quarter there, I get diagnosed with a gift called aesthetic awareness, which is the ability to use any media without practice. So you give it to me. I have a knowing. It's kind of like, and this isn't preacherist, but John said, you have an anointing from the Holy One, and you know all things. When you really deal with that in the Greek, he's talking about that knowing is that you have a relationship with the gift that's in you that you have to learn how to abide in, because it will bring you to self-empowerment. And when I tell you that day ignited something that helped me to become worth something to me.
Yes, yes.
I never will disregard the importance of that experience of my elder sister using that occasion to help me discover that I was an artist.
Wow. All of that just blew me away, because even thinking about how you said, just Miss Pilot taking a moment did so much. It planted a seed that you couldn't even fathom. It gave you liberty that you were seeing, that she saw the effort, and just sometimes people don't understand how just 2 minutes can change your life.
Yes, that's good. I like that.
Just taking a moment, and that's so big. Somebody outside your house, outside your community,
a Caucasian woman,
yes,
who didn't have to take the time to do it because she had a classroom full of students.
And so many times we see something, we recognize it, but we never address it. A lot of times, all someone needs is a little validation.
That's all.
A little something saying, I see you.
That's so good.
Don't stop trying. And we miss those opportunities a lot of time. Yeah. We see it, but we never address it. And sometimes all somebody needs is that thing to pierce through them and connect with what's in them to get it to growing.
Yes.
And then how you said Rhonda did with just draw me a picture. The little things, it's not even the huge thing, the little, Marcy, what would seem like haphazard.
She initiated.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you've been blessed by today's show, feel free to let us know. And if you'd like to sow into this ministry, become a sponsor, or contact us, you can reach us at 803-221-0169. Or you can email us at thessbbshow@gmail.com. Let's continue this journey together.